What if I told you that a simple penny from 1964 could be hiding more value than you ever imagined? It might be sitting in your pocket, a jar at home, or even mixed in your spare change right now. Most people overlook pennies completely, but collectors know better. Today, we're diving into the story, value, and hidden secrets of the 1964 Lincoln penny. Let's start with the basics. The 1964 1-cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln penny series, first introduced in 1909 to honor one of America's most respected leaders. This design marked a historic moment because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. On the front of the coin, also known as the obverse, you'll see Lincoln's portrait facing to the right. Above his head are the words, "In God We Trust." To the left, you'll find the word liberty, and to the right, the year 1964. It's a simple design, but one that has become iconic over time. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial. This design was created by, and it remained on pennies from 1959 to 2008. If you look very closely at the center of the memorial, you can actually spot a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside. It's a small detail that many people never notice. Now let's talk about what the coin is made of, because this is where things get interesting. The 1964 penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That means it has real metal value built into it. In fact, coins like this are often called copper pennies, and they are heavier and more solid compared to modern pennies made mostly of zinc. So, how much is a 1964 penny actually worth? Here's the honest answer. Most of them are still only worth 1 cent. That's because billions of these coins were produced. The Philadelphia Mint made coins without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint produced coins with a small d under the year. Because so many were made, they are very common in circulation. But don't lose interest just yet, because some 1964 pennies can be worth much more. If your coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it still has its original shine and hasn't been worn down, it could be worth anywhere from 10 cents to a few dollars. Higher grade coins, especially those graded MS-65 or above, can sell for even more to serious collectors. And then there are error coins. Error coins are where things get exciting. These are coins that were struck incorrectly during the minting process, making them rare and valuable. One of the most popular errors is the double die. This happens when the design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the letters or numbers. A 1964 penny with a clear double die error can be worth anywhere from $20 to over $100, depending on its condition. Another type of error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. These coins can also sell for a premium, especially if the date is still visible. You might also come across die cracks or cuds, which appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin surface. While these are more common than other errors, they can still add some extra value. So how do you know if your 1964 penny is special? Start by checking the condition. Is it shiny, or does it look worn out? Next, look for a mint mark under the year. Then, grab a magnifying glass and inspect the coin closely for any unusual features like doubling, misalignment, or raised marks. Even small differences can make a big impact on value. Here's a fun fact. The 1964 penny comes from an era when coins were still made with high copper content. Just a few years later, rising metal prices forced changes in U.S. coin production. By 1982, pennies were switched to a zinc core with only a thin copper coating. That makes older copper pennies like the 1964 version more interesting to collectors today. So, should you keep your 1964 penny? Absolutely, especially if it's in great condition or shows any signs of an error. While most are common, the possibility of finding a valuable one makes it worth checking every coin carefully.